Welcome back, Doom fans. And I thought I would do something different this time by actually showing the results before we actually do the tutorial video. Did a few mistakes, but now I know it works. So there's a tantalizing key card over there. You can see it through the window, which is nice, but let's go through the door. Oh no, it is blocked. It says so on the screen. Whatever shall we do? Maybe we can break this glass. We can. Oh nice. Can go through even. And we get the key card for this door we can now open. What is this I see? It's an exit switch. Let us push it. Oh, we need to break more glass. Oh, fine. There we go. And to ended the level. Now on with the tutorial. So how did I do it? Well, that is the topic of today's video. Just to make it clear, I don't know scripting. Not in the sense that I can write it down and make it do loop-to-loops and stuff. However, I know copy and paste and mostly figure it out for my own use. So that is what I have done. If I can find an example and stuff, that will do me fine. I will show you two scripts today, one for printing a message on screen, which is fairly simple, but I'll show it to anyone who don't know it, like me when I had to go and find out how, which is fairly simple. And I shall show you a script for breaking glass in Doom. Also, okay, let's go on to what we're actually going to do today. I am using a different editor, or it's a modded version of Doom Builder 2. Not much have changed, or rather what you have learned you can still use here. There are more options, easier way to do some things. I will try and show them to you when it's applicable. So let's get started. Firstly, I will load a tutorial like I usually do. We will do something else. We are now using the Doom 2 engine. I'm still a fan of 1 because there are textures missing, but oh well. This editor only supports Doom 2, so go figure. Well, it is an upgrade, but still. We are using a script type. Doesn't matter, it's the standard one. Map 01. Normal texture WAD Doom 2. But I will add a resource this time, because this is how I learned how to do it. I need to pack that with any map if I should if I should put it out there. This one is not worth it. I am working on another map. I will probably show that at some point. Add resource from PK3, PK7 if you want. Smash HUD MF PK3. I will have a link in the description for that. I might have said that already, but well, I will have links to everyone who will actually help me if they knew it or not to figure this out for myself. I don't think I said that. That was in a previous recording which didn't work. And then we press OK. Yeah, it's a fairly simple map with standard textures. That's fine. I also have set up a list of scripts, which we will look at some point. Also, I have 2, 4, 3, 4, 5. Alright, it's fine. I would have gotten an error message if it wasn't. I will show you how to use them, but for simplicity's sake I have set up well, I've already seen this, so right, let's get started. We have the door, the standard door, with blocked so we can't get through, and we have where the glass pane should be, so we will start with that, I suppose. It's a setup for a window, I suppose. We need to edit the line def for some simple things. Tag it with, well, I have set up 100 to 150 for glass in a map. That should be enough. So let's start with 100. I want it to be block everything, double-sided, which it is, and it doesn't need to be repeatable because, well, when it breaks we don't need to break it again. And for this instant I will choose on projectile impact. We could do something there, but we will do that in scripting. However, I will give it some textures, which I will find in my added texture pack from Smash HUD. There are 5 textures. The breaking ones, we will use the whole one. This is not strictly necessary, this is just more for show. You can use show on 2 and just make it disappear afterwards. It will mean some changing in the script, but that's fine. I will use this one. I will only use it for the front side because we will never actually see it from this side. You can see it from the door, I believe, so that's fine. And now I have already set the script up, but we will run through it anyway. While I'm at it, I forgot to set up the script on that for the second glass piece, so I can do that now while I'm at it. Then I'll explain it, what it means later. This first script, you can choose every action in one script. I will explain that in a bit. Just remember to change tags. I believe that's 101. We need to check that later. If you add something to the script, remember to run it so it will be added to the line. Right, we have defined a line def with 100, which is the tag for it. It says over here, translucent line of 96. It's the translucent, it's opacity setting, and the line special is 80 run script on the 100 line. It is script number 2, which we will look at in a moment, and I don't remember what all the other settings are for. They are for arguments in the script. I don't have any, so leave it at 0. Same for the second line, so we don't really need to explain that again. Script 2 is for the first line. 100 line block, which I set to on. When I hit it, it needs to be off so you can go through it, obviously. There's some variables I don't really know, I just know they work. And another thing, we need to set in a special thing with another tag number. I have set those to 150 or 151 rather, to 200. I will show them in a minute. Couple of things I forgot to do, obviously. Didn't kill everything in the script, but I said I would, I never did. Add the thing. It's GZDoom map spot has the number 9001. I need to give it the tag I said I would, which was 151. And we need to add one more here, obviously, on the line or as close as you can. Still the same map spot. This needs to have a tag of 152. And if you remember, not there. Oh, damn it. As close to that line as possible. If you remember that those were for spawning some things. All are in the pack I'm using. So just remember to use the pack and use the appropriate tags, and it should work fine. I had a bit of trouble with that. Yeah, same thing with that script, so really shouldn't be any changes with that, but just so you know I can forget things as well. On with the show. More variables spawning. You need those for spawning sound and some projectile glass shards randomly, as you have seen. Textures changing from original texture to a broken one, a more broken one, an even more broken one, and then take it away completely, so it's just an empty window frame. This is the same thing, only for the backside of the textures. If you don't actually see the backside, you don't actually need it, so I will just remove it from the script entirely. So there, remember, for it to be inside the squiggly thing, don't accidentally delete that, then it won't work and it will get error messages. Very, very bad. So script T3 is exactly the same for the other glass textures. Just make sure I have changed them all. One, I don't need. I definitely want to see that backside of any texture, so that's fine. And then we have the scripts for our messages. It's rather simple when you actually understand it, and hopefully you understand me. Remember to run this for any changes. I don't get any error messages. On a last note, this is never here. Remember to add it at the top of any new script for a new map, or I believe it will not work. Should just remember that. Addendum 2. There was actually some errors in the script, or at least something that didn't show up on the screen. Remember to switch the actual script you are using for the second line, or it will not work, idiot. Back to the show again. Scripts are up here, if you forgot. And with that tag, this should now work. I see no problems with it. Let's repeat that with our second glass thing. It needs a tag of 101. Again, block everything, and on projectile impact, double-sided. It should be automatically, but if it's not, we will also need from texture from our side packs. Like I said, you could use Sean 2 or any for that matter, but that works pretty well for for sort of a glass texture feeling. But we'll use this one from our added pack. That should really be that. Like I said, I will have the script in the description in addition to actually have links to where I actually got them, including the texture pack add-on. I also have to thank the guy who showed me the original video about breaking glass. His links are down, so I have talked to him. I know why, but that's okay. Now, before we go, I suppose I should add the message. Well, I now said this worked, but of course my test video was after I actually did this, so this might be totally wrong. We need, you can find it in there, but I know it, so just push 80 and we need script execute. I don't need repeat action. I want to walk over line. When player walks over, I think I will reach that one. I don't want it to be repeatable, because when it breaks and stuff, it's already done. And I believe that is script number 4, which we have in here as this doorway is blocked. Find another way around. Yeah, it needs to be script void and the number you need, so it won't clash with any other scripts. Most scripts are void unless they are open, and there are other ones, but I don't know them, so I'm keeping to what I know at the moment. That is still done. You can put any text in here, really. So that should work. I need to maybe flip it around, so because it's this side that matters, where the thingamajig is. I want to do the same here with this line. This time I want to be, when player press use, also only one time. We don't need to have it multiple times. If you miss it, too bad for you. And that is the last script, number 5. That's about it, I think. And with that, we have our map set up for our test, which you have already seen. So with that, I think I will just say that this was your host, the lazygamer, logging off. And I hope, if you were a new person, that you learned something. Or you can tell me I'm useless, which is also fine. I don't really care. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial video. Slightly more advanced than my previous ones, hence the difference in style. Yeah, bye guys.